Hello everyone, this is Monique and Elvis. I hope I don't get attacked as he's very strong. On this past Saturday was National CDLS Awareness Day, and I decided at the last minute to travel to Indianapolis to surprise my mom for Mother's Day weekend. So I wasn't able to get on and do a video then, but Elvis, as we have told you before, if you've seen any of our videos, is 11, and he was born with Cornelia de Lange syndrome at birth. And he's had a lot of trials throughout his journey, but he's doing well. He's going to be 12 in October, and he can walk and he talks some. He can say all of our names, and you can kind of like understand songs that he hums and sings sometimes. And he's had quite a few outpatient medical procedures. He had heel cord surgery, a tethered spinal cord surgery. He's had his testicles brought down and a hernia repair. And he also has had tubes placed in his ears and finger surgery. He was born with 4 fingers on one hand. Let me see if I can get it. Let me see. Come here. So on this hand, he was born missing his ring finger. On this hand, it looks like a little cactus tree. And then on this hand, he had an extra digit on the ring finger. And then his pinky sat down here where this knot is. And it wasn't made like the rest of the fingers where it had a bone, but it was more like cartilage. And so when he turned a year old, they also removed that along with the extra digit on his hand so that he wouldn't have like one of those little knots where they just tied it off. So he started walking before he turned 6. And so it's ever since then, he's been up and going. He's running around. You know, everybody's out of school right now from the pandemic. And he just wants to eat. And most of these kids are very small in size. Elvis has been pretty small up until now. He's gained some weight since he's been home. And so he's kind of heavy to pick up. And yeah, he's just a handful. He's full of energy. He's torn up most of the stuff that the other kids didn't tear up when they was growing up in my house. So it kind of, you know, I done started packing up stuff, and I have to keep my mirrors that I had on the wall, my art at work and everything behind the couches because he kept knocking those off. So it is what it is. I just pray that, you know, God will bless me with my own home. And when he does that, that I'll be able to like have an area designated for him to fit his needs so that he won't be tearing up everything. And I'll be able to get all new stuff and just start afresh because, yeah. So, Elvis is in the 5th grade. He goes to Jolton Middle School, and he has a one-on-one para there. And he has to have someone to change his diapers. We've been trying to potty train him, but he doesn't like sitting on the pot. But he will go if he does have to go when he sits down, but he won't sit for long. Some days he will, some days he just don't tolerate it. He has to have people, not necessarily to feed him, but to like put his food out. And if it's, you know, like a hot dog, he needs it cut up because he's not good with chewing. He's a little greedy, so he just puts stuff in his mouth, and he always moves it to the right of his mouth. And he may take a bite or two, and if it's something soft like macaroni, he just completely swallows it without chewing it much. And so he was scheduled to have a GI scope done just to make sure. Bless you. He sneezes like that a lot, and it's like 6 to 7 sneezes in a row. So I think he has like seasonal allergies, but he's not on any type of medication at the present, and really hasn't been on any medication since he's been born. So he's scheduled to get this scope just to look at his, you know, esophagus and everything and make sure everything looks well. You know, there's no type of cancer or, you know, nothing like that. And so he did have reflux really bad when he was first born. Up until like 2.5 years old, he threw up a lot and wasn't able really to eat solid foods and stuff like that. Was just mainly milk and stuff. So I think that's why he eats so much. What you got on your mouth? why he eats so much now, because he missed out on, you know, eating a lot when he was first, you know, like out at the normal age of eating food, because he regurgitated it, like milk flying across the room, you know, just, it was a lot. So anyway, we thank God he grew out of that. Say hi. Say hi, Elvis. He just got his hair cut the other day, so that's a task, because he does not always want to sit still. His attention span is very small, like 2.5 seconds. The only thing that does kind of keep his attention that it definitely enjoys is music. He doesn't really watch TV. As you see, he plays with plastic spoons. He doesn't really play with toys or something like this, which is just some paper. He likes the flap stuff. Oh, thank you for the love, Pooh Bear. He likes the flap stuff. And he's a mama's boy. He likes to cuddle and be up under his mother. And his oldest sister, she takes a lot of care of him. Good care sometimes. She's my helper. And everybody just has to pitch in to, you know, because our life is basically centered around him and his needs. So someone has to be here in the morning to put him on the bus, and someone has to be here in the evenings when he gets home from school. And you know, now that he's not able to go to school because school is out, we have to be here with him 24/7. Yay. You hear the sarcasm? So anyway, just some FYI facts about Elvis. And he likes, what does he like? He likes eggs, and he likes macaroni, and he likes these little peanut butter and jelly Uncrustable sandwiches, and he likes cheese. He loves cheese for some reason, especially the little mozzarella cheese sticks and Velveeta slices. And I think those are mainly like his favorites. He loves macaroni though, like for real. He loves macaroni and cheese. He loves cheese. And so, I don't know, he gets these little spots on him, so I don't know if that's like a carpet burn or what that is on his elbow that just kind of popped up the other day. And he digs holes in his skin around this time of the year. I think that's like part of his allergies. And, you know, he wasn't being still when he got his hair cut, so it's a little off. But, you know, he had so much that had grown, I just really kind of wanted to get it cut, so you know, it'll grow back. So he got his little widow's peak cut before I could say something. That's part of their trademark. The CDLS kids, the unibrow, the little noses. Most of them have like small head, and there's a medical name for that. MISA. It starts with an M. And they have low eyelids, a lot of them. So some of them had to get surgeries, prostosis, to lift the eyelids up so that they can see, you know, a little clearer. People used to always ask me when he was a baby, was his eyes open? And they would be, but they just didn't open that far. So after learning about the side effects of the surgery, I decided against it. And in time, you know, as his body grows, his other stuff starts to grow and catch up with it. So now you can kind of see his eyes. He has very long eyelashes. That's part of their syndrome. And he's just a handsome little guy. Mama. And he loves to eat. Yeah, we can barely keep food in the house. So, you know, that's a blessing. He's very strong. I know I've said that, but he's very, very, very strong to be such a little person. And he just likes to get into stuff. Like, he's busy nonstop. From the time he wakes up till he goes to bed, he's into something. Tearing up, pulling curtain rods down, knocking my dining room table chairs over, meddling in the refrigerator. Like, I really need a lock on my refrigerator to keep him out. I mean, just whatever that can be done, he does it. So it's challenging, but we love him, and you know, probably wouldn't trade him, but it just can be frustrating sometimes when, you know, you need a break and nobody's willing to come and watch him, or, you know, come and sit with him while you go get a peace of mind. So without the other kids, my 3 other kids, I don't know where I would be in trying to raise him. So I'm glad he's the baby of the bunch. And like, he wasn't the first one, because I probably wouldn't have had any other kids, because it's a lot. And yeah, that's Elvis Angel Renee. So if at any time, anybody has any questions about Cornelia de Lange syndrome, his Lipo gene is the gene that is affected. And I don't really know how to break all of that down in layman's terms. The doctor kind of explained it to me like, you have a set of encyclopedias